Madam Deputy Speaker, thank him for that list of questions. First of all, as ever, the UK's commitment to workers' rights in our trade deals and our trade negotiations, in all of our international talks, remains completely undiminished. That is absolutely a fundamental thing for this country. I'm glad that he raised whisky tariffs, Madam Deputy Speaker, because he didn't support the Australia free trade deal, which would see a reduction in whisky tariffs. There's actually 150% tariffs on Scotch whisky currently going into India. So I will be watching very closely indeed to see what his approach will be to this trade deal. And I also noticed, Madam Deputy Speaker, with our very successful removal of the Airbus-Boeing tariffs, which was a huge benefit to the Scotch whisky industry, I wasn't quite sure whether he was fully supportive of that either. He raises human rights issues, and at all times the Foreign Office is engaging very vigorously on the case mentioned and other cases mentioned as well. But, Madam Deputy Speaker, I will just end with the SNP, because when it comes to trade deals, Madam Deputy Speaker, they are even worse than Labour. They have never supported any trade deal ever concluded either by the EU or by the UK. They didn't even support the trade deal between the EU and the UK and voted for no deal 2 years ago. Madam Deputy Speaker, they were against Canada, against Korea, against South Africa. They didn't even support the trade deal between the EU and the Ukraine. Madam Deputy Speaker, can you get that? They didn't even support the EU-Ukraine deal, abstained as well on Japan and on Singapore. This is a party which is fundamentally against trade and fundamentally against the interests of Scotland as a trading nation.